So how strong, how tight is your pre-qualification process for an applicant? And by that, what I mean is when the phone rings or that email comes in and you pick up the phone call and it's that applicant and they say, hey, I saw your sign or I see your ad for 123 Main Street. I'd love to see it. What's your response? Is your first response to say, oh, great, how about tomorrow at 2 o'clock? Set up the time? Or do you do what I believe you should do, which is kind of hit the pause button, put that applicant through some pre-qualification questions to see if it's worth your time and their time to go view the property. See, I believe that your qualification process starts the moment the first conversation begins with that individual. So let me give you 6 specific questions we ask before we will agree to even show that vacant property when somebody calls in. Question number 1 is this: when's your move-in date? Nothing's more frustrating than having an individual that you think's a hot prospect. You get to the property, maybe you're still doing personalized showings versus lockbox showings, and you drive out to the property and you meet the individual and they're going through the property and they love it and you say, great, I'd love to have you apply. And they say, well, actually, I'm not looking to move for another 5 months, but I just kind of wanted to start the process. Ugh, you just wasted your time, didn't you? So for example, internally, we have a hold period of no more than 2 weeks. So if their move-in date is further than 2 weeks out, we explain to them on that first conversation, either we won't show you the property because we will only hold it for 2 weeks, or we'll be happy to show you the property, but know that the lease would begin within 2 weeks. So if they're not looking for another month or 2 months out, I'm not going to waste my time or my staff's time showing that vacant property. Number 2, how many occupants are going to be living in the property? You know, as long as you have a standard across the board policy on this, which for us it's 2 individuals, 2 occupants per bedroom, you don't need to worry about fair housing, just apply it across the board. So we, for example, will allow 2 individuals per bedroom. So a 2-bedroom house, you can have 4 occupants. So if they call and we ask them this question, how many occupants is this for? And let's say it's a 1-bedroom, as happened to us recently, and they say, well, there's 4 of us. We say, I'm sorry, we actually only allow 2 people max per bedroom. So we just kept ourselves out of a wasted showing by pre-qualifying that individual. Question number 3, how long of a lease term are you wanting? See, we want people that are wanting longer lease terms. Now, we have preset guidelines on these types of things, but if somebody only wants a 6-month lease, which we don't offer, I want to know that before we've taken the time to walk through the process, show them the property, maybe they even apply, only to find out that we're not going to allow them in because we want a 12 or an 18 or maybe even a 24-month lease term. So find out from them on the front end if the term of the lease that you're offering matches the term of the lease that they're willing to sign for. So question number 4, do you have pets? Right, the obvious one. If it's a no pet property and they have 3 dogs and 2 cats, find out before you've taken the time to meet them at the property, to show the property. And if they do have pets, then the follow-up question should be a little more detailed. Okay, well, what type of pet is it? Because this property will take dogs under 20 pounds, for example. You need to make sure you explain that and have that conversation on the front end before you've taken the time to have them view the property. Question number 5, do you know your approximate credit score? Now, if you have a preset credit score that you will decline individuals for, why not bring that up on the front end? Talk about it. If your minimum credit score is 600 and you ask them this question and they say, well, I know it's a 500, tell them that then. I'm sorry, we have a minimum credit score of 600 and you would be declined if your credit doesn't hit 600. You're saving them a wasted application fee. You're saving them the frustration of walking down the process only to find out you would have declined them anyway. And this is also a good thing to have on your website. Put your pre-qual criteria on your website as well that they can see before they even bother to call you, because this way they can put themselves through these questions before they're picking up the phone, before they're taking your time. And question number 6, have you viewed the property online? Now, we, for example, do online video tours of our properties where we're going into the property with our iPhones. We're shooting the tour. We're doing a video tour of the property. We then put the tour up on our website. We love it. We absolutely love it. Think about this if you haven't done it in a while, because it saves us wasted showings. It saves us because people can get a good sense for the property online. It's reduced the number of showings we have to do. It's increased the number of applicants that will apply online without ever seeing the property because they have a comfort level. So we want to push them to that aspect, because a lot of people that call you, maybe they saw the sign, maybe they saw your Craigslist ad, maybe they saw the ad wherever it's at, but they didn't see all the pictures. They didn't see the video that you have. So find out and push them to your website. We require individuals to watch our online video tour of the property before we will schedule a showing with the individual. And question number 7 is this last, and this is a kind of a security type of thing. We require them to email or text a copy of their driver's license. Now, we don't do a lot of personalized showings. The majority of our showings are lockbox, electronic lockbox showings. But I want to know who's going into my property, whether we're showing it personally with our leasing person, or if they're accessing it electronically through a lockbox. So I want a copy of their driver's license. If they're not comfortable giving that to us, then I'm not comfortable giving them access. This is a security thing, and security is a big deal right now. So if you've got a leasing person that you're sending around to show properties, and if something happened to that leasing person, that scares me to death. So have some basic precautions in place. Every apartment complex that I'm aware of has this in place. You should as well. So require a copy, and with technology it's so easy. All they have to do is snap a photo of their driver's license with their phone, and then right from that device, text it or email it to you. And if they don't have that, don't show it to them. If they can't meet these pre-qualification standards, don't waste your time, don't waste their time and their money. Just don't show. And that's okay. As long as you have a policy and you enforce it across the board, then you're fine as far as fair housing goes. But put those things in place. It will save you. It will cut down the number of showings you have to do. It will increase the quality of individuals that are applying. It'll increase the percentage of applications that you're approving because you're pre-qualifying on the front end. This is an easy thing to do. Everybody wins, and it's really something that is a benefit to your organization and will make things run smoother by putting your folks through pre-qualifications on the front end. If you want to see our actual pre-qualification questions, go to the download section of our site. I'll put the download right there. You can download the actual form that we have in front of us with all the pre-qual questions that we ask before we'll ever show a property.